Hello and welcome back to John's Tropical Paradise. I'm just going to be outlining some of the newer plants that I put in front of my yard. This is the newest part of my food forest, and I'm also planting some fruit trees and some nice looking things because this is in the front of my yard, so got to plant with a little bit of purpose. Now, this is the newest part, so a lot of it is young, and it didn't do too bad throughout the freeze, so I'll be outlining what did good and what I've been doing to kind of build up this area. Yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay, so let's go over to the front and just start from the beginning. So right here I have some more of the toilet paper plants starting to fill in pretty nicely. All I did was lay down a few cuttings and it's self-rooted, and it pretty much takes care of itself. It's a nice little shade plant, and then again, the leaves on it are very, 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 very soft. Like, you can touch these all day. And then I have some more flowers spread around. And then this is a native Coontie. I believe it's a host plant for it's an endangered butterfly. Starts with an A. It's like an Anata, and it'll this is one of the oldest plants. It's a cycad, so they're starting to come back just because people are planting them in their yard. Some more toilet paper plant. I just plant this around to kind of fill in this area. And then here is a Brazilian cloak. It's starting to come back from the roots. And then also you can take cuttings of this and just stick it in the ground, and they root really easily. I have no problems with trying to propagate these, but I haven't gotten them to flower yet because it is kind of new. So we'll check on that flower once it does pop up. Then I also have some this is a improved Pollack avocado, and it kind of has this sprawly habit to it. It kind of it's really leggy, so we'll see how that does. And I also have this variegated prickly pear, and the pods look really nice on this. You could eat the pods of it, and then it'll also produce this like cactus fruit. I'm not really the best with cactus, but this guy has been just happy where he is. I like the look of it, so I like to put all the nice looking trees out front, and then some more tea plants. This is a yellow elder. You'll get these really nice yellow flowers on it once it's bigger. And I also put in some sugar apple seedlings. These were just these are just seedlings. I just plant them in the ground and see what sprouts up. And then here I really like this. This is a Mahoe, a variegated Mahoe hibiscus, sea hibiscus. And I love the leaves of it. It has this like deep maroon, and then it starts to get I don't know, like this other greens, and then it's variegated, so it's starting to come back. It was pretty nice looking, but now I'm happy to see it coming back from the roots. Now this is a Maria Black avocado. This was one that I grafted myself. I'm not the best at grafting, but I failed right there, and then I kept going, and then I got it right here, and then it's been growing back, but I'll have to monitor its progress. It's been in the ground for about a year. And then I also have these kwai muck seedlings popping up. And bananas. I planted a few bananas around, and some of them don't do too well, but they always seem to keep on sprouting back up, but some of them will just kind of not do too well. And then this is a jackfruit seedling. This is a orange crunch jackfruit seedling. Starting to come back. And then I also have some, this is lemon drop mangosteen seedlings. And I like to just put a few seedlings around to see what pops up. And then here is a starfruit. This is a bell starfruit. Or a carambola. These are, I really like starfruit, so just planted. They're very prolific too. I gotta take out that little shoot from the bottom. And then here is a Queen Emma, what is it, cranium lily? You know, nice purple leaves to it, and really like the look of it. Some more lemon drop mangosteen seedlings. This is a Persian lime. Again, the citrus I'm too iffy about, so we'll see how that does. Alright, so then we have some more. This is the Hibiscus. It's like I believe it's also called a Manihot, but it's got these really big leaves to it. It was just starting to grow back. It's got a little bit of variegation to it, which I really like. Some more flowers that are scattered around. I like to put flowers all over. More tea plants. These were pretty large, and then they kind of died back from the freeze and didn't really like it. This is a avocado seedling. I tried to graft onto it, but it was a failure, so we'll try again. And this is more of the Hibiscus. This is the Chief Kubo salad tree. We'll have these nice yellow flowers to them. Now, this was a Fernandez custard apple. Starting to come back from the rootstock, and I definitely don't think this is a custard apple anymore, but it did not like the cooler weather. Also have some, this is African blue basil. This smells really nice, and the bees are usually all over it all day. Some more ice cream bean. This is a seedling. Just pop some seedlings around. Now this is a Katuk. This is a variegated one. I just took a cutting, put it in the ground, and it's starting to take off. I really like the look of this leaves. These are also edible. I have one in the backyard that I take lots of leaves off of and eat them, but yeah, you can take the leaves and eat them. Kind of taste like peanuts. They're really good. Some more of those salad trees. I love the variegation on it. And then I have some, this is a key lime, lime. And yeah, citrus, I'm iffy about it because of the greening and everything. Well, I don't really put anything on it, like as if any pesticides. So if it gets hit, then whatever. And then here's a Page Adamoya. It was pretty large and looking pretty nice, and then now it's starting to come back. This is above the rootstock, so I got 3 little shoots coming from it. Take that guy down. And I might keep both of these because it's really nice area. And then here is a ice cream bean. This one was pretty large, but yeah, starting to come back from the roots. And then more tea plants. I love the look of these. This is the red sister, and that's TI tea plant, if you didn't know. And then here is a Jaboticaba. This is just a seedling. I was able to pick this up at like one of those plant shows. So it was unlabeled, and I think this is just a Sabra. But we'll figure out in a really long time because it is a seedling, but it looked really nice, and I couldn't pass it up. Some more pigeon peas. These I have all over. This is right about where I like to eat them. You can eat it. It's like the edamame. So this is right about where I like to eat it. And then, yeah, you can just take these seed pods and just spread them all over. They're pretty prolific, and they're good for nitrogen fixing. Some more of those salad trees. It's just starting to pop back up. I also use these as like a little bit of a shade plant because they do grow really fast. And here's a papaya starting to grow back. Some more pigeon peas. These are all over. You will not see, I mean, you'll see an abundance of pigeon peas. Now this is an interesting one. This is a Buddha hand citrus, and it kind of looks really interesting. If you haven't seen what a Buddha hand looks like, look it up. It kind of looks like a hand or fingers, and it's really interesting. People use it as a zest than eating it, but I like to grow interesting things and find some interesting varieties, but we'll see how that does. Again, citrus is not what I'm going to be focusing on. I did start with it, so you'll see some citrus, but kind of got away from getting any more of those. And then here is a soursop. It's just starting to grow back, and this one didn't have, like, throughout the entire freeze, it didn't lose its leaves, so, but it was really tiny, and it's really protected, like, underneath in a little shade story, so we'll see. I mean, it did lose a little bit of its leaves, but it retained its leaves through it, so it was pretty interesting. And then more pigeon peas, more ice cream bean. This one's starting to fill in, look really nice. Now this is a scarlet Jaboticaba. I'm gonna take this back out of the ground. I tried to see how they do in the ground, but I'm going to take this guy back out. He's not doing too happy. We'll figure that out. And then have some more pigeon peas. And then I believe this is like it's like a liriope. It's like got this like lemony scent to it. And these I stick all around, and it's very, it spreads pretty quickly, grows pretty quickly. You don't really have to do much with it. Here's a Gefner Adamoya. Starting to come back, and again, the Anemones, they'll lose their leaves in the winter. That's kind of normal, and then they'll start coming back. So then I have some more bananas. Yeah, I believe this is a dwarf Namwa, and I put in just a few around, and this one's just starting to come back. And I have a, this is a PPC Anemoya. And then here you can see like the little row that I kind of created. I like to plant together and in this basically not like basically have it so that they don't really need too much water or any input from me. If you could see, this area is pretty green, and then over here that's where my septic field is, so I don't really want to put anything over there, but I mean it's just grass, and it's just, I mean, you could see it not really doing so great. But over here, I don't even water this. I mean I do put out a sprinkler for it if it's like insanely hot, hasn't watered for or rained for a few weeks, but overall I don't really water too much of this. Here's more. This is a avocado seedling. This one is not doing so great, but it's just a seedling. Now, if you know that a seedling isn't doing so great, then it's probably not going to be the best for a rootstock. And maybe that's why some of your plants fail, because it's not even the best to start off with. So here is some. This is a shriegating champajack. I put a few seeds around. It was up here, and then it's starting to come back from the roots. That's promising. Some more ice cream bean. There's some more moringa. These, again, I plant all over. I had a few seed pods from mine, so I just stuck them around. That's the nice thing about when you get your own, you could just self-propagate. This is another jackfruit seedling. And then over here, this is like I think a sugar apple or a cherimoya seedling. I just started popping up. So we'll see how that does. It's very interesting when you put stuff around and then you see it popping up, and you don't really have to do too much input to it. Seeds are really nice because you don't have to. I mean, they'll have a nice root system on it. And here I have some crotons. These are starting to come back. I love the look of these. These were here when I moved in, so I did not plant these, but I kept them there. I did take some cuttings and try to stick them around. Some more. And then here's pigeon pea. They start to fill in really nice. This is a nice protected area. I have, this is a red hibiscus. This started to come in really nicely. I actually started this off as a cutting right there. My neighbor has a hibiscus, and then I just took a cutting and put it in a pot and waited for it to grow. And so yeah, this is the results of it. You don't have to go to the store to find a really nice looking plant if you take the opportunity. And again, I don't even do anything with this. It's looking really nice. Here's some aloe. Always good to have some aloe around. Some more pigeon pea. And then here, this is a coral plant. I love the look of these leaves. It'll have this like nice red flower to it. Kind of looks like a coral, like coral reef or something. But I love the look of these leaves. very, very unique. And I get a bunch of seed pods, so I stick them around. This is one of the seeds. Some more. This is the regular prickly pear. I am not too fond of this. I brushed up against it, and that, I don't know about that guy. We'll see if that really lasts too long, or if I end up moving it to a different spot. And then some more crotons. And I'm gonna hop over here, and we'll take a quick look at what I have growing in front. So I have this is just a sugar apple seedling. Again, I put some all around. These are some plants that are just popping up. I don't really plant much of those. There's another prickly pear, and then this. So I think this is like liriope. I like the look of these leaves. And then here, this I love, is a Madagascar palm. This has a really nice trunk to it. And it also has some pups that are popping up. I've been able to take off a few of these pups. You gotta wear some handy gloves, like maybe even some welder gloves for these, because they are, you can see those spikes. But yeah, I was able to take a few of these pups off, and gave one my neighbor, and it's always nice to be able to spread some plants around and give them away. And then here I have, this is a acorn star apple. The star apples didn't really do too well on my property. This one's kind of struggling to come back, but it is coming back. It's the only one that did. Here is a Kwai Muck seedling. This one I planted just from a seed, and it's starting to come back after it lost all of its leaves during the freeze, and I was like, yep, that one's goner. But this one is coming back really nice. This is a little bit protected area because it's on the south side of my property, so it didn't get hit too much by the wind. And then I also put in a bunch of pigeon peas. They're kind of see them around, but these they kind of serve their purpose, and shaded out what they needed to fix this area right here. It was very bare and didn't have anything growing here, so I just like to put in as much as I can and kind of keep it dense so that it can shade each other out and keep it moist. So I really don't water this area too much, if at all. All right, so let's get back here. This is a finger lime. I think this is the giant. And then here is a, no, that was a red finger lime. And then here is this is the giant finger lime. I don't know if you could see that. There's some sugar cane. Some more, this is avocado. This is a seedling, and I failed to graft on it. You'll see a lot of failed grafts. I'm not the best, but I'll keep on trying. And then here's a sugar apple seedling. More Katuk. These are really easy to root from cuttings. And then this is another finger lime. This is one of the University of Florida ones. their breeding program. This is the red. More pigeon peas. And then this is another avocado, probably another failed graft on here. Oh, I try. All right, and more sugar apples seedlings. These are coming back up, looking really nice. Now this is the sun lime, finger lime. This one has a little bit bigger leaves on it and starting to look really nice. I think this is probably one of the better spots for them versus the other ones, but let's get a little bit more light over here. And then here is a cashew. It's starting to pop back up. It was looking really nice up here, but started to come back from the roots, and I love the leaves of it. Here's some more bananas. Now I stick a bunch of them around, and I believe this one is also a dwarf Namwa as well. And then here is more sugar cane starting to come back, and then more Katuk, and then here's sugar apple. More sugar cane. And here is a, I believe this is a Genova red Alama. Starting hard to focus. I love the look of these leaves. Here's some more oak trees. Another banana. This is the dwarf Namwa. I definitely know this one is. Here's a red Wax Jambu. This is a really, I love the Wax Jambus. They're really tasty. It was bigger, and yeah, it's starting to come back. Now, I just noticed this little guy inside of here. I got a turtle inside of here. Not 100% sure if it's a gopher tortoise or just a regular turtle. Usually the gopher tortoises kind of dig the hole like that. I originally thought it was some ants because you see all the dirt around, but he's in there somewhere. He kind of pokes out, but he's afraid of me, so I'll let him be. So yeah, I'll be sharing more and more of this area and how the progress is. Starting to fill in really nice. Again, this area doesn't get any water or input from me. I throw some chicken manure and some compost around here, and then cut back the pigeon peas, use it as a chop and drop mulch. Looks like I need to take all these peas off of here. they're all ready for seeds. If you need some seeds, they're all over the place. You can see all the seeds. So yeah, if you're interested in seeing more progress and following me along my journey, what I've been planting here, definitely like and subscribe. This area will be filling in really nicely over the next couple months. Yeah, so thanks for watching and enjoy your day. Thanks. All right, bye-bye.